Welcome to the Black Table.
It's on Jordan Neely,
Lord have mercy.
the young man killed in the New York subway just for talking loud.
The most frustrating part of this story is, I'm on Facebook looking at stuff, coming up with show ideas. And there's this lawyer. And he was talking about this case that happened where a man was in a convenience store and he got into a fight with a customer. So something about the daughter was disrespected at the store. She goes home, she tells Dad. Dad comes back to the convenience store. He puts his hand on the owner, pushes the owner to the ground. Then he picks the owner up and then grabs the owner by the head. The owner grabs a knife and stabs him in the neck. It stabs him a couple more times. They fight, stab him a couple more times. The father, unfortunately, lost his life. He dies. The owner of the convenience store got charged with second-degree murder. Even though it was a fight, even though he was attacked first, hands were laid upon this guy. And he was defending himself against the owner of the store is about 70 years old. The father looked to be about 40. There's a big difference in age. He ended up beating the charges, okay? But he got charged. Now I'm comparing this story to the story of Jordan Neely in the subway station. Jordan Neely never touched Daniel Penny, which is the Marine who choked him to death. And we can't get a charge. Both of the stories occurred in the same state, New York. So in New York, we'll charge a convenience store owner for stabbing someone after they beat his ass in his own store. But we won't charge a Marine who chokes a man out who never touched him. I'm trying to make this make sense. And you know what I have that makes it even worse? I have all these people online that are bringing up shit that has nothing to do with that day. Nothing at all. Zero to do with what took place in this subway station. Well, Jordan Neely, he had run-ins with the law 41 times okay, yeah, he's black. I know he's black in New York, and he has mental issues, and he had run-ins with the law. Okay, fine. Did any of those run-ins happen the day he was killed? No, it didn't. The person who shot the film says Jordan Neely never touched anyone. He just talked shit. He was threatening verbally, was saying, I need money, I need food, I don't got no place to live, I need money, I need food, I'm gonna hurt somebody, I'm gonna do something, I don't care if I go to jail, my life ain't worth living no way. He's homeless. He's ranting on the train station, but he didn't touch anyone. You don't got a right to take this man's life. And I can't get a charge out of Alvin Bragg. I can't get a charge out of the DA. Why? Why can't we get a charge? You cannot tell me, Johnson, that if it was reversed, if Jordan Neely choked out the Marine and he hadn't touched him, that you would be okay with that? You can't tell me you would have. I don't think you would have, Johnson. I think we would say that was a good serviceman, strapping young man. You took his life. He didn't even do anything. He didn't touch you or anything. He didn't put his hands on you and you took his life. He was suffering from, he has type of mental issues. He's ill. He has a sickness. No one asks to be sick. He has a sickness. How dare you do that? Bring charges. But since it's Jordan Neely, you want to go back through his resume, looks here, you hit a person, you did this, you did that. None of these things have anything to do with what took place that day. And I find it, look, man, I'm going to tell you, I got this much trust or faith in us as a species at this point. I've been doing this for over a decade. I got this much belief in people. Seriously. It's a species that we're going to be here another 100 years from now. Because we're horrible, Johnson. I don't know if America's going to be here another 50 years. Like, it's the end of days. But stories like this really grate my nerves. They really drive home the point. There are people say, this is like George Floyd. We need to let it play out. We always need to let things play out with us white guys. We gotta let it play out. Why did Daniel let it play out? Yeah, why come Daniel didn't let it play out? See, let it play out would have been sitting there minding your goddamn business and keeping your hands to yourself until this guy actually did something. Instead of you trying to see in the future like you Minority Report and say, oh, he might commit a crime and I'm Deputy Dog. I got to do something because I'm the big strapping redneck son of a bitch. I got to do something. Here goes another kicker to the story. Daniel's daddy is a cop. A retired sheriff, captain, sheriff, or some shit. So that's part of the reason why they didn't charge his punk ass, because of corruption and nepotism. So we got Daniel Penny, the athletic Marine. He says he choked out the frail, homeless, missing many meals, thirsty, mentally disabled Jordan Neely because Jordan Neely scared him. The Marine, the athletic Marine who's probably seen combat, definitely been through basic training, trained in combat, he was afraid of the unarmed, what appears to be 5'3", 5'4", Jordan Neely on a train, who hadn't touched him, hadn't touched anyone, didn't have a bag of guns, nothing. Daniel Penny was afraid. White guys are always afraid of blacks. These guys could be 34 years old, be able to bench press a cocaine bear, and still they'll be afraid of a 70-year-old black man in a wheelchair with missing legs and bad back problems and gout. I know for some of you, you don't understand, like, Tim Black, why are you so upset about it? Why does it bother you so? And some of you are like, yeah, Tim, get it there, Tim Black, tell him the deal. Listen, I was raised that if somebody don't put their hands on you, you don't put your hands on them. I was raised you can talk all the crap you want, just don't touch me. Just don't touch me. That's how I was raised. Not these young bastards. We got a Marine with thin skin. This guy, I'm assuming, because we don't know anything about him, was he dishonorably discharged? Did he get a psych eval? Did he spit out? I mean, if he's on American subway, afraid for his life, so much he got to choke the life out of a 95-year-old Michael Jackson impersonator. Dog, a 95-pound Michael Jackson impersonator. Can we say that one more time? A 95-pound Michael Jackson impersonator is scaring you. I know, baby, it's bad. I hear you. Folks, what kind of Marine is afraid of a 95-pound Michael Jackson impersonator? So this is bullshit. This is total, complete, unmitigated bullshit. This is fresh off the bull's ass. Plop, 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 plop. That's the kind of bullshit this is. And we got the conservatives eating it up, man. Conservatives, I want to be friends with you. I really do, because there's some things I agree with you on. But then you do shit like this. You co-sign a Marine. He's a Marine. He's a protector. His protective instinct. Yeah, you know what else some Marines do? Rape innocent women. See, no one's want to talk about what the hell goes on. Everyone's just assuming, oh, Daniel's an upstanding, strapping, blonde, blue-eyed young man who's up and coming. No one's thinking maybe he's psycho. No one's thinking maybe he was high. Did anybody check up for drugs? No one's thinking maybe he was off his meds. No one's thinking maybe Daniel has a problem with the blacks. Nothing. They don't ask any fucking questions. But I know everything about Daniel. Well, I know everything about Jordan Neely. How many convictions he's got. His mama was chopped up and put in a suitcase when he was 18. He's been homeless for X amount of time. He lost all his money he was making on the streets when the COVID-19 hit and shut down the subways. I know his whole story. I don't know shit about Daniel. And you don't either. And you're not even asking. So when you come by my Facebook page, you're like, there he goes, this typical Tim Black standing up for the black guy. I don't stand up for anybody. I stand up for victims. I don't stand up for perpetrators. Victims. That's the rule. And if you don't question the guy who's alive, but I got all these questions about the dead guy, I got a problem with that. And you're right. It may not be that you may not be racist. You're just dumb as fuck. You could be stupid. But common sense would say the guy who's not a cop, who has no fucking authority, who puts his hands on somebody he don't know, how is he better than the guy who was talking loudly on the train? Like, how is that different? And another thing, all these people bringing up the rap sheet of Mr. Neely, he went to jail. Did he break out of jail? No, he didn't, Tim. When people go to jail and they get released, they paid their debt to society. So you don't get to keep saying, but he went to jail. Yeah, I know, bitch. Talking on the subway train is not a death sentence, nor should it be. And the white guy doesn't just get to say, hey, I didn't mean to kill him, but you did. See, you assholes, you Rittenhouse motherfuckers. See, ever since Rittenhouse, we have some rootin' tootin' gun shooting motherfuckers out here who think they should be able to do whatever they want to do. That they should be able to lay hands on people, they should be able to shoot people. And if they are heroes, I knew this when I saw this Rittenhouse, I said, I don't like this shit. Oh, Timmy's a kid. He was afraid for his life. Yeah, but he was afraid he went the fuck home then. Why didn't he go home? But see, I knew you were laying the groundwork for vigilantism. I knew it. They'd be like, Tim, why are you upset about it? Why are you bothered by it? It's white on white. Why do you care? Dumb Negro said that shit. See, I know it's all a setup, dum-dum. See, I've been around. You new here. I've been around. It's just making people pliable to the idea. We're going backwards. This is like Gates. New York, Gates. Look it up. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Jordan Neely's death triggers protests for a good reason. There's got to be charges for this. This will spread. If it's one thing with cops, it's bad enough. We got punk-ass cops going, I was scared. Pow pow. Now we got civilians going, I was scared. Choke out. This is bad. This is bad. That's you, baby. My grandbaby's out here. This is bad, folks. Take this serious. Do not sweep this under the rug. I know there's people going, but Tim Black, the Democrats exploit. Yeah, I know. But see, that's the problem when you only got two parties. I know one party is only one party. Yeah, I know. But see, the rest of the world don't look at it that way. Listen. The problem is, sometimes you're going to agree with people that you disagree with on a lot of other shit. We're grown-ups. We can't deny reality because we don't want to actually be on the side of people that we disagree with. But that's going to happen. It's not an indictment. It's not a co-signing of the Democrat Party policies to feel that Jordan Neely should be alive today. So, okay. I want Daniel Penny brought up on charges. Do I think he woke up that morning and decided to kill somebody? No. But he decided that he was going to risk killing somebody on that train. And that's enough to go to jail, Johnson. That's enough. And if it turns out miraculously that a jury of his peers lets him off, we'll have that fight as well. But I was told that a prosecutor could indict a ham sandwich. You mean to tell me you could go get Trump on charges about a fucking ledger? Well, he didn't put the money in a column of the fucking. He didn't put the charge column in charge code for when he was paying Stormy Daniels But you let a guy kill a guy on the train. And Eric Adams, Mayor Adams is garbage. Oh. Mayor Adams, oh my God, swagger. That's the problem. New York, swagger, swag.
It's ineffective.
Swagger.
Ineffective.
New York swag.
Hot air.
New York, I mean swag. What you gonna do about this guy getting killed in the subway? Oh, we need to look into it. Let's calm down. Let's either let this play out. Oh, you punk ass. JayZ, what's up with your boy? Now the governor, the New York governor, Hochul, she's like, we need to lock this guy's ass up. We got the mayor going, we need to look at everything. What you need to look at? The guy that took the film said Neely never put his hands on anyone. He acted erratic, but he didn't touch anybody. He made people uncomfortable, but he didn't touch it. He literally didn't touch anyone. Mrs. Black, you got anything on this?
The guy just needs to be brought to justice. Like you said before, it doesn't matter what Neely has done in the past, what happened that day. The man is dead because he was talking loudly, mentally ill. He was hungry. And that kind of punches you in the gut, too. And like you said, he didn't put his hands on anyone. It's just a sad story. And I hope that the murderer, because he is a murderer, gets brought to justice.
Yeah. Yeah. The mental health services in New York should be on trial as well. Mayor Adams is a heartless son of a bitch. And look, guys, hey, DC, anybody living in the metropolitan area knows we have these experiences with people on trains. How long has this guy been in New York that he ain't heard or seen? I saw a guy take a dump on the train before. I had people, I was like, what is she, who's, woman just talking, who is she, look over, there's no one there. She's talking to herself. These things happen on public transportation. Yeah. You're in the public. If you are afraid, stay your ass at home. Stay your punk ass in the house. Like I tell the cops, take up accounting. Their job so you don't have to work with people. And if you're afraid to ride public transport, don't. But yeah, we deal with it all the time, man. I used to take the train every day into DC or Northern Virginia. Every day, man. You never know what you're going to get.
Yep. Never know what's going to go down. Never know.
You mean to tell me you're going to let a little shit like this rattle your cage? You're going to kill somebody? I remember one time I was on the train. There was a disabled guy, mentally disabled, but he was big though. He was like 6'3", right? And he was just going off on the train, going off. It's like, man, child, calm your ass down, Johnson. He's like, shut up, you shut up. And he's called me a nigga. It's like, what? It got in my face. I pushed him, he fell. The doors were open, he fell down. He pulled out his pen, I'll never forget. He was like this with his pen. Like this. Come on.
Just issues.
I didn't come on. Yeah. I'm glad he didn't hit his damn head, or I'd be behind bars like this. But I pushed him. But I didn't stomp him and kick him and choke him out. And see, things happen when people do shit. That's another thing. Things happen, people do things. You see the film, we see a lot of film. But when people die, somebody got to be responsible. Yeah, somebody goes off, they like talking a bunch of shit, and you like, hey, on my face, and you push them. It's fun. It's all fun and games till somebody dies.
That's right.
And then that's real repercussions for our actions.
That's right.
This happened to a lot of people, not just Mr. Penny. There've been people, I remember it's a black kid who punched somebody, who called him a nigga and killed him. He in jail right now. Because you can't kill people for saying words. You just can't. These people on Facebook, especially Facebook. Oh, let me not forget Chris Cuomo. Chris Cuomo, you're an asshole. He's on Newsmax ass. He had Eli Mister on his show, and they were talking about this story. Mm-hmm. And Chris Cuomo's like, but wait. Maybe he was afraid. Maybe you don't know what this guy's going to do. Maybe he was literally arguing that what Penny did was okay. He was defending himself. He was defending the other people on the, like, yo, I always knew Chris Cuomo was garbage.
If he had a reasonable fear of being assaulted, then you are able to defend yourself reasonably with commensurate force.
Always knew it. This is the prime example. See, the media game is so degenerate. Newsmax numbers are shit, okay? They want to be the new Fox. They got an opportunity with Tucker Carlson leaving Fox. So they want to attract all the bigots. So Chris Cuomo's out here doing his best Bill O'Reilly / Tucker Carlson shit. That's what he's doing.
If he had a reasonable fear of being assaulted, then you are able to defend yourself reasonably with commensurate force.
But see, I see you, Chris Cuomo. You son of a bitch. I see ya. I see what you're doing.
The Black Table.
The Black Table streams live Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. See you there.